Opening hook. They all said she wouldn't make it through the night. The doctors gave up. Her family lost hope. Even her billion-dollar empire stood still, waiting for the inevitable. But then, when everyone had walked away, a single dad veteran stepped forward, with nothing but love, faith, and a promise he once made to his little girl. What he did next changed not just her life, but millions who would one day hear their story. So if you believe in second chances, in miracles born from love, then stay till the end, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because stories like this, they remind us what being human truly means. The night was cold, heavy with the hum of hospital machines. The CEO, Amelia Cross, one of the most powerful women in the country, lay in a coma, her body frail after a tragic car accident that killed her driver and left her on the edge of death. The media buzzed with updates, her company's stock was crashing, and her board members whispered about replacing her before sunrise. Everyone saw a dying woman, but no one saw the soul still fighting inside her. Miles away, in a small apartment with peeling wallpaper and the smell of reheated soup, a single father sat with his daughter, Emma. David Cole, a retired military medic, had seen too much loss in his life. He'd fought in wars, saved lives under fire, and buried his brothers. But tonight, he was just a dad trying to make his little girl smile. Emma was weak, born with a heart condition that made every day a battle. Yet she smiled more than anyone David had ever known. As they watched the news that night, Emma pointed at the TV, her small voice trembling. "Daddy, she looks sad. Can you help her too?" David glanced at the screen. Amelia's photo flashed across it. "Sweetheart, she's got the best doctors in the world. They'll help her." Emma shook her head softly. "Sometimes people need love, not just doctors." Those words pierced him, the same words his late wife once told him before cancer took her away. He couldn't sleep that night. Something stirred inside him, a voice that wouldn't let him rest. By morning, David had packed his medic bag and drove to the city hospital. The guards stopped him at the gate, of course. He wasn't on any list. He wasn't family, wasn't rich. Just a man in worn boots and a faded army jacket. But when he saw the hospital staff wheeling out equipment, heard them muttering, "She's fading fast," he pushed past them with a fire that made even the doctors freeze. "Let me try," he said, his voice steady. "Please. Just 5 minutes." At first, they laughed. Then, one of the nurses, who recognized him as the veteran who once saved a child during an earthquake rescue, whispered, "Let him in." Inside that cold, silent room, Amelia lay pale as snow. Machines beeped weakly beside her. David placed his hand on hers, rough, warm, alive. "Amelia," he whispered, though he knew she couldn't hear. "You've fought your whole life, for money, success, power. But now, fight for something real. Fight for love, for the people who still believe in you." He stayed beside her through the night, reading letters from Emma, stories of kindness and courage. He spoke of sunsets over the battlefield, of how he once believed he'd never love again, until his daughter taught him that love can heal wounds deeper than bullets. And then, something happened. A tear rolled down Amelia's cheek. The nurse gasped. The monitors flickered. Slowly, her breathing steadied. The doctors rushed in, speechless. They didn't understand what was happening. Medically, it made no sense. But David knew. Sometimes, a heart just needs to remember what it's beating for. Over the weeks that followed, David stayed by her side, helping her through recovery. Amelia learned to walk again, to laugh again, not as the powerful CEO everyone feared, but as a woman rediscovering her humanity. She met Emma, and the moment she did, she cried. She saw in that little girl the very thing she had lost chasing success, pure, selfless love. She offered David a job, head of medical outreach for her company's new foundation to support veterans and children's hospitals. He refused at first, humble as always. But Amelia smiled and said, "You didn't just save my life, David. You gave me a reason to live. Let's save others together." Months passed. The world soon forgot about the accident, but those who truly listened knew something beautiful had come from it. The billionaire and the veteran, two souls broken in different ways, found healing not through wealth or medicine, but through love, compassion, and faith in something greater than themselves. One evening, as the sun set over the city skyline, David held Emma in his arms, watching Amelia speak at a charity gala. Her voice was strong again, her eyes full of gratitude. She once told me she had everything, David said softly to his daughter. Now she knows, everything means nothing without love. Emma smiled, resting her head on his shoulder. I told you, Daddy. Love heals people. And as the lights shimmered and applause filled the room, David looked up, silently thanking the stars, his late wife, and the little girl who had taught him the greatest truth of all. You don't need money to save a life. Sometimes, you just need to care enough to try.